9:15 a.m. in the morning, Eastern Time, big New York City. Let's go on TV. Today we're blaming Erdogan out of Turkey and all his Lebanese thugs for the constant poisoning that I am reporting. All right, so today's the 25th, year 2024. I am not at liberty to say anything about what I'm witnessing on the entire planet, other than my legal name is Heidi Granger and that they're filling this house up with chemical gas. And I was just hit again. Same thing, we're hitting the room here, the main room, within the last, I would say, 6-7 minutes. Except that I get high as the sky on laughing gas, and I'm getting a really strong sensation of wanting to puke. So we got the laughing gas, the puke poison, and what I call the U.S. Navy gas. The U.S. Navy gas, Lebanese thugs and Erdogan believe will actually do me in. This is what I've determined. This is the Saudi Arabian royal family. We know it's the whole club that wants to be friends and be on TV in New York City, right, and be in NATO, right, okay? Those guys, okay? These gas and trash radical Muslim terrorists. And don't forget what Muslim terrorists do. First and foremost, they go after other Muslims who don't want to Allah Akbar everybody, dismember and cannibalize human remains, ingesting human remains and organs, organ harvesting, terrorizing all the Muslims, blowing up every last Muslim they can who says anything against them. They go after other Muslims first. Erdogan does. The Saudi royal family does. Hezbollah does. Hamas does. That's what they do. They're big, bad, macho guys, right? No, you guys stick cucumbers up your rear end and then you get mad when someone talks about it. That's what you really are. You're not Muslim. So they go after the Muslims first, and then they go chasing around every last Jewish person they can possibly find in the world. Then once they're done chasing around the Muslims and the Jews, these radical Muslim terrorists go chasing around everybody else. Okay? We're clear for the last time on that. Don't forget who I'm talking about and what they're all about. That's Mr. Erdogan in Turkey, Istanbul, who thinks he's in NATO with all his white supremacists. Well, legally you are, Erdogan. For the time being, you do. You got that legal status, you dumb fuck. I was just hit again, and we're going to blame Istanbul and all their nasty people like they've got in D.C., nasty little Muslim terrorist. We're going to blame him. We're going to blame Lebanese thugs and whoever else, the whole Al-Qaeda terror group. Let's just blame them because, they're behind this with the little white supremacist. Okay, good. We're clear on that for the day. I was just hit again within the last 7 minutes, once I announced the time on the intro to this testimony, with the same gas in the main room. I didn't stop to try to get away from it in the extra room. I had to race. It was so strong and so painful. But don't forget, I was high as the sky. Suddenly sitting in my chair, I'm so fucking high on laughing gas. You definitely notice when that's happening. Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police Department. Okay, so I'm in all this physical agony and pain. I'm high as the sky. And I'm racing to the bathroom. And by the time I got in the bathroom, I had to do 2 more rounds. Because they kept pumping it and pumping it into the bathroom. So the rate that we are going is I have to go up 3 rounds every time I go in there. Because they managed to keep emitting it at a high velocity into my bathroom. Just pumping it to their heart's content. I'm in there going through all the terror and fear a person goes through and physical fucking pain that you don't even want to know. And we don't want to tell these high school kids because they get too much pleasure out of that. These nice American high school kids that terrify other people on commercial airline jets by biting people, grabbing at their private parts. What else do you do on commercial airline jets? There isn't anything you haven't done. Nobody wants to fly with these American families. I agree with you, don't. It's too risky. Put them all on their plane and let them tear each other apart. You might as well until we get some real government here. I would find another means of transportation. If you're not one of the barbarians from the United States, and this is no joke. All right, they're really privileged here. And the barbarianism caught like wildfire. You have people really privileged with way too much, I don't remember the word, I've been too poisoned. You let barbarianism begin in any society with someone that privileged in the first place, and the result is predictable because we don't have any real government. Their job is to go on television with the very country that following 10 hours, or was it less than that, sent ballistic weapons to Israel. Like it doesn't take a genius to see the malarkey, the hypocrisy, the sheer lies. But they're all fighting, right? Who sits at the UN and does speeches and actually fights and sends ballistic weapons? Nobody. But go ahead and keep going on TV in your big city with all your great, wonderful American families to watch you. That's your viewers. Keep giving those great American, wonderful families licenses and rights. Inevitable rights. I said the wrong word, enabled. I don't recall words. We know the rights that Americans believe they have. There's a term for it. I can't recall the word. Inalienable rights, something on this genre. I am just coming from poisoning, okay? Remember, I'm doing this after being poisoned. My word recall is not at its best. Give these lovely Americans with their inalienable rights to buy guns. Your American families with your sadistic Silence of the Lamb high school students are all watching you guys on TV yesterday. That was your viewers, all right? I know you feel good. And then you're going to send like geniuses at work, ballistic weapons if they do a speech on TV. Look at us, look at me, listen to me, look at me. I'm on TV, I'm in the big city, New York. Look at me, man. I'm a god. Are ya? Are ya? I want you to go up, every one of you. Little white supremacists, little radical Muslims, I want you to go up to the very top of those buildings in New York. Go up to the very top. Look to the sky and shout, you're God. And go further than that. I want to see how far you can go. Where are you going? Go up to the top and prove to me you're God. Because Instagram and your terrorist cell is not proving it good enough for me. Go up to the top of your great American New York City buildings that you were just doing grandiose speeches at. Go up to the top of them. World Trade Center, pick one. And shout and prove to me when you're at the top that you can go further and higher and that you are God. Prove it somehow. To the point at hand, I was just poisoned again. So they're getting me 3 rounds in there. And every time I'm repeating the same material. I go to the toilet, I go to the bathtub, I'm racing right back. By the 3rd time of this gushing and pouring and oozing diarrhea out of me, it finally stops. But I'm getting the sensation of being high as the literal sky on laughing gas. They're filling my room and my bathroom up with that. And they're filling my room and my bathroom up with puke poison. So not only am I like, oh, dude, your legs are trembling. I've described all of it, but I'm ready to barf. Okay, so this is going to go on and on and on. And I expect any one of these Washington, D.C. department officials, come on up, go on Instagram today, tell me some sort of crap. And while you do it, say, hi, Lebanese thugs. I'm one too. Okay? And don't forget to the public, I am not allowed to say anything else I've witnessed inside of this terrorist compound that is in or out or anywhere, all right? Don't forget that.